What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this particular video's recap, I will be reviewing the show Blood, Sweat, and Heels, Season 2, what is this, Episode 3 or 4, I'll put it down in the description box, y'all. Anyways, shout out to my YouTube family. If you're not part of my YouTube family yet, just click the description button down below. And like and share this video, but shout out to my YouTube fans who love hugs and everything. Okay, y'all. Let's get into this episode. Where Daisy was in this episode, you know, this is they were all around Fashion Week, okay? You know, one of the big events, you know, all the possible popping trends, all these designer stuff like that. Daisy, of course, is interviewing certain folks, but she usually does what she says 6 to 7 interviews a day, which before she, you know, was diagnosed with this cancer. But now it's pretty much has went down, I guess, like seemed like 1 or 2 interviews at the most, you know, and it kind of not this particular episode dealt with her and her illness as much. But she did go and meet up with Demetria. They were kind of on cool terms, and they're meeting up, and it just seemed like they were just talking casually. She asking her what she's doing, they're asking what each other doing. They're fine. You know, Demetria's talking about, you know, she got 2 weeks, I guess, for the review, and I think she's still working on the paper. The first time we even seen Demetria even wear pants, okay? Demetria, that's how much she's trying to get done with writing, I guess, finished editing and proofreading. I don't know if she's doing all that, but I'm saying is that I think she is. But what I'm saying is that it's at the point that she's wearing pants. Okay, I don't know. I mean, every time we see her, at least through all the shows, she's always wearing dresses. So if you, I guess, consider pants, that is a rare treat, I guess. But anyway. And Daisy said this, hopefully they'll get a point where they can be cool again. But see, Demetria's like this. I mean, no, Daisy's like this. She said the reason why she hasn't told Demetria yet about the big Caesar, because she's like, she wants to naturally work on, she wants a genuine friendship back again. Okay, because her and Demetria used to be cool for years. And she's like, the Demetria that we see tonight is what we seen in the beginning of last season. And before, you know, they even got this show. Okay, because she, you know, whatever. But she was just basically like this. I want it to be genuine friendship. I don't want to be like, oh, woe is me, be sympathy, or just be on almost in a way indirect, like fake stuff, or because you feel sorry for somebody because, you know, I have, you know, a serious illness, and then, you know, basically be like, oh, okay, blah, 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 but, you know, that's what you just want, a genuine friendship again from her. And so, anyways, they talk, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we have Arso. I think her name was Arso Acer. I don't know exactly. She was giving a little input about, you know, she is from Afghanistan. And, you know, I think her family moved to California. And, you know, she's always been into fashion, stuff like that. And with just a little information about yesterday. I thought it was a rapper. Is it rapper and singer and stuff? But, you know, whatever. And she's just like, you know, she fell in love with his spirit and his potential. And we've seen him for a second, you know. But like I said, she was talking to Melissa, and Melissa did actually use the matchmaker service, and she's going out on this date, because Melissa's like this, you know, she's been through this, been through that, and she's looking like this, and somehow we hear her, you know, she's not married, and she knows she has kids yet, and she's kind of trying to work on the right thing, you know, and then we have to deal with, you know, you're in your 30s, and 30s, and then you have the thing called biological clock is ticking. And it's sitting there on some TikTok with a goddamn bullhorn. They're talking about some a ring. You know what? If you don't have no kids by such and such time, whatever, in circumstances, you know, the clock is going, you know, evaporate, be extinct. I'm just letting you know that. You know, hello. So it's one of those things, unfortunately, but, you know, she's looking for love, marriage, and maybe baby, or maybe a couple more in the baby carriage. That's pretty much what it is. So when she does go on a date, and the guy, he's very good looking, you know, almost in the way that even Melissa thought, you know, said her womb was thinking, and, you know, almost in the way, just based on physical appearance, she basically was like, you know, her panties would come off just like, you know, like hot butter melting on the bun, just let off, I guess. But it turns out, even though she says the guy is nice, when you see the date, it's like, how you doing, how you feel, you find the right one. It's like they're talking, but, you know, with the date probably being edited, we don't know, say, like, how the date really, you know what I'm saying, the date just seemed like they didn't click off and she says later on, like, he's a nice guy, but, you know, if he ends up getting, you know, this is his first time also working with, I guess, a matchmaker in general, or particularly this one. But he basically was saying, like, you know, about taking your time and blah, 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 you know, women get a certain... It was interesting because I think he even said a comment about women get a certain age and they're trying to get married at a certain time and all this, you know, certain things, whatever, and stuff like that. I think he also said he, you know, I think Melissa asked was, you know, is he into health or something, and he basically just became uncle or something, I think he was saying. So he's all about wanting to stay a little longer just for Gagakis. But I don't know, say, if he's looking for marriage and kids or whatever, but if he is, the way he was presenting himself, it's like, you know, he kind of, if possible, is a snail pace, okay? Alright. So, we go later on to, we had also Chantel, or is it Chanel? Chantel, I think it's Chantel, isn't it? I'm just going to put it there for now, okay? We're going to call Miss C, or we're going to call her Chantel. I'll be getting her name mixed up. Oh, but she's talking in general how she came to the United States and started working, and she had her business to pop off. She's 22, then 27, she came with the business, whatever, became popular. Basically, it's like finding what's arts. I know it's like getting like entertainment or something like that for people, and they work with models, contortionists, you know, like different type of entertainment with that. And her brother's in from town. I think this has been 3 years since the last time she visited her. He's like, you know, she come from, I don't know if it's like, I know she said she didn't come from like a rich family, but I don't know if it's like considered still middle class and stuff. And then she was saying about her brother works in a yogurt factory or something like that there. When he comes here, you know, he likes, you know, basically like the little, you know, high, you know, a fancy lifestyle. I don't know why I thought about that fancy song, but yeah. So he, on the other hand, you know, just visiting her, and I guess even though she lives here in the United States, you know, she's still, I guess, getting contact with her, you know, family. That's good. But yeah. So, yeah. So Micah also is around this fashion week, is trying to do like some fashion flash mob type of thing all together. Okay, she's trying something new, different to get more, you know, clientele for her business. And, you know, she guess originally she would have used some of her girls that are part of her model issues, her own models. But they're already modeling, which is still good for a business. You know, for Fashion Week already sell, so they can't be a part of this fashion pop thing. Her fashion pop thing she calls so happy, right? So she has to do a casting call for some, you know, like outsiders, I guess. And originally it was 12, and by the time I think that the date was supposed to have it, just fast forward, whatever, it was about, what, 6 or 7 girls, whatever, and stuff like that. They kind of, you know, a couple of them just flaked out or something like that. So she's kind of already concerned about the ability, you know, how this is going to run anyway. And she's just worried about it's going to fuck up and everything else. So anyway, the biggest thing kind of connects with Geneva's situation that she had. And we weren't there to see what happened. And we kind of, if you rewind back, because it could be said that she could be over-exaggerating and could not be. Now, last season, she thought that Michael was coming for her on some colorism type of shit, I think, right? Or did she, whatever, about saying that she looked at like the character Wesley Snipes played, what is the, you know, To Wong Fu Thinks of Everything. And she figured that she was saying that comment about her because she was, you know, a brown-skinned woman. And was playing, you know, like I said, the either brown paper bag or race card because I don't know if she knows the Micah. She says she's black, so whatever. But that's what she was taking it. This time, now, Chanel, like I said, really wasn't that much going. You see Demetria and Greg, they're doing wedding planning. By the way, let's get in this real quick. And they're doing wedding planner. And, you know, even though they're still having not like a big-ass extravagant wedding, you know, she realized she probably does need help with the wedding. They go there, and then eventually Greg is kind of like this, like, you know what? You know, we could have just had, you know, some, you know, I take you to Red Lobster afterwards, get this such and such, you know, we don't need all this or whatever. And Demetria's like, I thought that, you wanted this or whatever. So she's talking about, she basically could have kept it simple, stuff like that. And then Demetria kind of goes into how they end up he proposed to her. He was sliding on the couch, slipping out of the box and stuff like that, and proposing that way. And I guess the producer, whoever, you know, does over the confessional box scenes, was asking her, like, well, did you want to show the video? She's like, no, the video will never be shown. I had a headscarf on, so we will not be seeing that video, no. Were we surprised? So, Anyways, fast forward to the event that kind of like, had that last scene where you got, the friend, Melissa's friend slash Geneva's friend kind of going at it. And, questioning the ethnicity, like, kind of comments or racial comments, question. Because do you think kind of, was it, kind of harsh or trying to, what she said, would have said that comment if she, was, black? I'm just saying. We don't know. But, so Geneva, she's also doing, like, she does freelances, and I think she's a, fashion journalist or something like that. So, she's there too. So all these women have something connected, almost, most of them have with the fashion week. And so, anyways, Geneva ends up, like, I think Chantel ends up seeing her, the day after this occurred. And Geneva tells the story about, she was actually arrested. Because I think Chantel got a call like 6 a.m. in the morning or whatever that I guess Geneva was arrested. Like she went to go check on her. So anyways, Geneva explains that she was getting a cab ride to get her nails done and stuff like that. And the cab driver took her, like, instead of a certain route that would cost her $10, he's like going a longer way or a way that's kind of like a little bit off towards the regular sequence. But anyways, y'all. So she basically was telling him, like, she claims that the taxi driver was, getting, a little bit on, some sides, like, get aggressive with her and stuff like that. And she basically was like, him, you know what, hush, or whatever. Like, you ain't got to talk to me. We already know that Geneva probably is back like this, somehow with the hands. I'm just saying, she would do them hands. I know I use hands too, but I mean, she would do this with the hands, okay? Okay? So she basically said when she went in there, and then he stopped the car like almost in the middle of traffic, and basically was telling her, get out. Maybe some other words. Bitch, get out. I'm over on his breath. But a traffic cop, because she called the police the first time, a traffic cop ended up noticing, or maybe coming to the car, maybe from her calling, and I forgot. And then he basically told the traffic cop basically said, you can't illegally, just because you feel like it, just for no reason at all, just tell a cab car, basically, a client, whatever, in your cab to just get out. So he ends up taking her still to the nail shop. And she called the police again, before she goes in, she lets them know, like, you know what, I'm going to pay only what I owe. Because she said even when they were having this argument, he told her to get out and all this stuff or whatever. The meter was still running. I just all the time, I guess, between it and the traffic cop thing. So it's so she ends up going to nail shop. When she calls the police comes there, and I think he calls police while he's outside, and because she basically to say like she didn't pay their fare, because I think she was saying it was over $15, whatever, right? So in other words, she was saying like she knows that she never said the race of the driver, the police, that probably arrested or something, like, because she just was crying the customer type, I don't litter, I recycle all my bottles and papers and everything and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I pay my taxes, everything, and I've just felt offended about being arrested. And it was unnecessary bullshit. If people, even they do stuff wrong, 9 times out of 10, most of the time don't probably want to be arrested for shit, let alone, if I'm just saying for some serious shit, so let alone like something minor, So, anyways, she's saying it has something to do with race. She's she's a black female, and this ain't supposed to go down and all this other stuff and everything and blah 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 and stuff like that. So, anyways, she sat there and, was telling her about that. It's bullshit, whatever, and they're not going to get away with this and stuff like that. So, fast forward to the night of Michael's stay. She's upset. Like I said, we already said she's upset, but she's going to deal with it. So they get ready. Now, she has told the girls, whoever she's invited knows about this, flash fashion model walk or whatever thing, whatever. Glow sticks, big ass unique glow sticks, holding the sticks. So they're at this club, and Micah all of a sudden just has this thing where she just all know what to get ready, like the flash mob, like fashion thing, and then it was like 6 or 7 girls with the lights, in the hand. It was kind of confused, but Melissa, I think, was saying like this thing out of the box. Now, Arizona, I don't know what I'm saying. The 2 new girls in a way kind of are brought there for feistiness and to bring what I guess Bree, like I said, couldn't bring. Because Ursa's like, I was embarrassed for her and all this other stuff, and I'm wondering what that was weird. I don't know, that was a career move. So she seems a little bit on the spice side too. So between her and Chantel chick, I'm just saying, like, do y'all like any one of them? I know it might be too soon because, you know, like I said, it could be flipped and changed over the course of the whole season. And if they have a season 3 and they come back, I don't know. I'm just like, first she seemed all calm and chill, but this kind of like, what the fuck? Okay. Both of them have mouths, okay? Alright, so, but, you know, Michael's like this. She know, you know, it will make people come, but she has to think outside the box. So hopefully people might buzz. But, you know, like I said, you do have to take risks. And sometimes the risks are worth more, you know, and it's greater than a war. It just depends what the hell you're risking. You see what I'm saying? You know, like your health, your life, you know, life altogether, you know, shit like that. Yeah, you know, freedom, you know, it just depends what you're risking. But that's something that probably, it might catch on, hope, you know, whatever. You know, sat there, had a lot, you know, and said, try my website, blah, blah. So she still, even the fact that she probably presented on the show, who knows that it might have picked up, you know, if it has picked up by now, people's like, you know what, I want to be different too and have that. Never know. Shoot. So, anyways, we had them go out there because they already, Melissa and them, I think, prior before Mecca, I think, like Geneva came out and stuff, right? Because Geneva was there, right? But it seemed to be more focused on, you know, you got Chantel telling Melissa and Arso, Melissa and a couple other people there, Daisy and all this other stuff, were there too. Micah, I think, was coming out, but maybe later. But I'm just saying, Mika and Micah, wow, nicknames. But so she's saying, when someone asked Chantel talk about Geneva was arrested and stuff like that, I guess they were like, we know Geneva's mouth. Geneva's sitting up there basically one sipping, probably just like, you know, barking blah blah in his mouth and sitting there because she refused to pay and stuff like that. Like, they basically, like I said, they could have brushed off just because. And Melissa was like, I could have sworn I wasn't Melissa the one every semester five times. You know, I was just laughing like, you know, whatever. Like, you know, Chantel's like, that's not funny. And Arthur's like, okay, it's not funny about her getting arrested, but just the situation in hand and stuff. Basically about, I think it's more so about Geneva's reaction to getting arrested, or guess, or how she got arrested. It seemed like that was probably, she just steadily laughing like, what the hell? Like, there's zero fucks giving. And she just kept feeling a certain type of way about that, okay? And to a point, they're also asked a little bit later, you know, maybe a few minutes on, whatever, that, are you still kind of feeling some about Geneva's situation? Chantel's like, I have a problem with you, okay? She already feels like embarrassed because she also brought a brother, and I think his wife, I think she said her sister-in-law and her family, and she feels type of way, basically, also showing that she's kind of possibly an asshole. But you remember also, too, that when they were talking about Micah's event, Arso said, you know, she felt kind of awkward about the circumstances, but her man was kind of like, I thought the glow sticks were dope. Okay. So, they were kind of, you know. But, so, basically, it got to the point where I guess Arso must have touched her arm or something. I didn't look at that point. But, you know, Charlotte, don't touch my hand, blah, blah. And, you know, Arso's just like, okay, you got a mouth. 2 seconds later, it's like, okay, I got a mouth or whatever. Basic type of thing. And start going popping off, whatever, saying stuff and talking stuff back and forth or whatever. And it got to the point where, you know, like, Arso saying, well, fuck you, bitch. And blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And Chantel says a comment about calling her Afghan dog, whatever. But basically, we already know that Arso is from Afghanistan, okay? And she, you know, we like, what the hell? After Melissa's like, that's not cool. Daisy deserves to be looking at the confessionals talking about, you know what, she kind of looks like her. Said that's not actually bad thing. She's like, all of us look like animals, and I ain't gonna lie. why, when Daisy said that, I just thought about goddamn Raven Simone, damn influence. I mean, I know this part came away before Daisy said it, but that's the first thing I thought was like when Daisy said she's a cub and all of us look like animals, and I'm just sitting here like you got her, you got Raven Simone calling her some cute toucan Sam and shit, and you got Daisy calling herself a little cub, and I didn't think she looked like a cub or anything, but she was just trying to sit there and say, it's not a big deal. And here goes she telling the professionals, like, I didn't talk about it. I mean, that's just where she comes from and all this other stuff. And, well, I don't know why she'd be offended or stuff like that. Just like somebody, that's the same thing if somebody called me something British. It has nothing to do with race and stuff with that thing. And I'm just like, out of all the dogs you kind of thought about one that we're, I'm just saying, you know, you could have, you know, called a, I don't know. It just did seem like it was something along the lines, whereas, you know, you could have, you know, didn't think about Chihuahua, nothing like that. You had to make sure you kind of went to ethnicity and ethnic background, you know, pretty much just, okay. But I think that's why she said it to, like, hurt her and say it where it could be, in a way, be race, you know, race, whatever. But like I said, both of them are firecrackers, okay? I just thought about it. It kind of, I can understand, but like I said, people have mixed feelings about the circumstances of Geneva, you know, thing, and it's going to carry on to the next episode. And that's pretty much how they're arguing, and I think Melissa and Arthur walked off or whatever. And Daisy, I think, was it this episode or the sneak peek of next week? You know, Daisy even thinks like Geneva's mouth, knowing the type of person that she is, you know, pops off and stuff. So that's why, you know, I don't know if Arthur, where she wasn't on the last season one, she probably figures like Geneva the type of person that she is. This is not something where it just was random on her, you know, at Cabot's ab. So she was like, Arthur was like, I could have got arrested plenty of times my own self. This ain't got nothing to do with race. It's just if she ain't paying or nothing like that, you know. And, yeah, but I don't know, you know, Geneva, but you know what? The thing is, too, is that it could be possibly over-exaggerated or not. But at the same time, now, you know, Geneva, when she popped Melissa with that bottle, I know I'm bringing this up again, that got put in the blogs everywhere. So I'm kind of thinking, like, to a point is, if Geneva, because she probably could have, if this had something to do with, say, something, but you know, also, too, but you know, just for the secrecy, maybe Daisy had it confidential about her illness until the show when she was ready to say something about it. You know, that didn't get put in the blogs part of it. But, you know, Geneva, you know, the thing with, like, the cab is so whatever. It just seemed like, I don't know, knowing her, if she had the ability to or whatever, and maybe she didn't want to give more away to show, it seemed like something she would have made sure if she got on the blogs for herself, because she has that type of, like, you know, I'm short, but everybody gonna hear me type of personality. But, yeah, that's pretty much how it ended. I forgot, like I said, did anybody else has said something or stood out? But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all pleasant night, pleasant weekend, and I definitely will see y'all in the next video. And we'll see part 2 about this whole issue about, you know, the two feisty ones. I seriously think that, I don't think that, honestly, even though they're professional women and stuff like that, do you really think they would have added them? They weren't like kind of like, they got these mouths, you know what I'm saying? Or they seem to be the firecrackers of the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm just noticing that. That's what I'm saying. Is Bree was like this, and these girls, what, you know, I'm just saying. But anyway, y'all have a pleasant night.